77. 77
Christ,
weeks.
77.
And it doesn't even feel like it. That's crazy. Welcome everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. We got a pretty decent week for you in terms of news. We got some prize conferences, as well as a couple other hidden gems that we'll go over.
My favorite thing
thanks,
about
Walker.
Nintendo.
You're welcome.
My favorite thing about Nintendo events is when they announce it the day of.
Yeah. They just drop. Oh, by the way, here you go. So
Surprise.
we got some decent news leading up to next week, which will probably be one of the biggest weeks of the summer, the good old Microsoft press conference. Well, they will, according to the statements, there will be less about the system and more about the games that will be coming out. So keep an eye out for that for next week. And
that Xbox One debacle.
Yep.
Still living strong with them.
And for this week, sit back, relax, and enjoy. We got some good stuff for you here. Once again, as you can see if you are watching live, Mr. Nate James is still on his world press tour of interviews. He was last spotted, according to Schroeder, in LA, roaming the streets looking for some interviews. So he's still out there somewhere. If you see him, give him a mic and let him chat you up. So he's out there. It's like almost like a Where's Waldo, but it's like Where's Nate at this point. So where can we spot him?
That's the thing. Where in the world is Nate?
He's out there somewhere. You just gotta find him. So maybe supposedly next week he may be resurrected in the world of the podcast, and maybe his flames will run out. But until then, he's still riding high. So, but until then,
it can't last forever.
Exactly. For all those who are just joining us, as always, if you would like to join the Unlock Nation, you definitely can at the one and only patreon.com/levelunlockpodcast, where you'll get special tiers where each one has a different I'm losing my train of thought here. Has a different rewards. Yeah, I guess. From interactions with us to, as always, if you would like to join the Unlock Nation,
a great
personal
preamble.
At the one and only.
Like
preambles
we did today about Swolbasaur.
Exactly. So if you want to listen to the stuff that happens before the show, you definitely can, and you do that by joining the Patreon. Doesn't matter which tier you join. The higher tier you are, the higher unlock picker, the lock picker you become, which then obviously gives you more rewards. Which, speaking of rewards, we do have to get back at writing the weekly writing, so that's a conversation for
so hard.
Yeah, I know, a different day. But anywho, what's up, guys? How you guys been? What's new? How's everyone feeling in this what seemed to be kind of a lackluster week, at least for myself? So, James, man, what's up, man? How you been?
Oh, just hanging out. Nothing too crazy. I played. Okay. So I subscribed to Uplay Plus.
There you go.
Because they had a 7-day free trial, and I'm like, sure, I'd give it a shot. And
then you forgot you
saw
subscribed.
Some of the games. No, I knew I still had the subscription. So, and I was like, oh, I see some games on here that would be fun. And Mark mentioned to me one day that he bought Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I'm like, sick. I guess I could do a video on that. That's cool. And I saw in there Far Cry 5. I'm like, oh, cool. I haven't played Far Cry 5. I played the other ones. Let's give Far Cry 5 a shot. And I download it. And then I start it up. And then everything went green. And my computer restarted.
Like,
well,
no.
shit. Let's try that again. I loaded it up. Then there was a big green screen. And my computer restarted. So I uninstalled the game. Reinstalled it. Same fucking thing. I uninstall it again. Reinstall it again. Make sure to not install the HD texture packs, which, I'm sorry, shouldn't be a fucking thing in 2020. Everything should have HD texture packs right inside of it. But, same thing. Green screen, dead.
Right.
Then I realized, while I was downloading it like the 9th time. Why the fuck is it going to my external hard drive? I told it to go to my D drive. So I cancel the download. Re-download it onto my D drive. Same fucking thing. I consult the brain trust, which is you guys. Y'all don't know.
One more idea, but go ahead.
Yeah. Contacted Ubisoft. They're like, hey, maybe your RAM's bad. And I go, well, not worth it. Not worth playing Far Cry 5 for that, to uninstall my RAM and shit. I don't care. So I just gave up on that and downloaded Watch Dogs 2 and The Crew 2. Haven't played Watch Dogs 2 on PC yet. I have it on PS4. It's fucking fantastic.
Is it?
Crew 2 is really fun. You drive around, fly around, boat around in the U.S. It's not too bad. I like it.
Not bad.
Yeah. I played a game called Kratia. Are any of you familiar with this very obscure game?
Nope.
Believe so.
Kratia.
All right, so it's only on the Stadia because I keep forgetting to kill my Stadia subscription.
Yeah, I definitely don't know anything about it. Or, yeah.
So you guys know Roblox?
Yeah.
Think of it like Roblox with like the graphic style of Fortnite. It's the worst. I love it. I played a very shitty rendition of Gunfight from Call of Duty on Nuketown for like an hour and a half. I had a blast. I hated it. I loved it. It was great. Only on Stadia.
So you know you're doing it right.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it I did with my week. Didn't do anything else, didn't play anything else, definitely didn't stream anything else. Definitely didn't play a hot new game that came out. That's
Sure
for damn
didn't.
Sure. No, I sure didn't.
Nope, not at all.
Nope, not at all. Nope, didn't play anything else. Not at all. Hey, who wants to go next?
You're funny.
I played Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, you did.
I streamed Ghost of Tsushima. I fell in love with Ghost of Tsushima. I'm about maybe 4 hours in, and I just can't stop thinking about Ghost of Tsushima. You know how I said a few weeks ago on the podcast, there's no way in hell anything could possibly beat Final Fantasy VII for Game of the Year? There's no way in hell nothing's gonna come close.
This is up there.
Oh, this is better.
Really?
Really?
I like this. I'm enjoying this way more than Final Fantasy VII Remake. This, if it keeps on the path that it is, this is my Game of the Year. Hands down, nothing comes close.
It looks pretty dope.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Ghost of
It
Tsushima.
looks really pretty.
Yeah. And you were watching it in like in shitty Twitch compression.
I watched a video on their weather system and like how their effects like are intertwined with how the leaves fall and how the wind's supposed to blow. And so like they have all these different simulations that are all working at the same time. And I was just like, probably just all the same system, just doing it. It's just really good.
Yeah. And what's really cool,
it's beautiful.
What's really cool is that your character, like how you play in the game, actually can affect the weather. I read an article about this earlier today. The more stealthy you are, the more rain and thunderstorms and dark the sky is, to help give you more of the illusion that you're just sneaking around, that you're completely hidden, just stabbing foes, stabbing the Mongols.
just stabbing foes.
Them like crazy.
Huh.
But the more like honor, samurai, stab, slash, standoff, slash, the brighter it is, the more it feels like an old Japanese spaghetti western.
I like it.
And I made the joke the day before it came out, where I was playing Way of the Samurai 3. to I think it was Nate, or I think it was Nate and Aim, or I forget who it was. Was it you, Mark? Was it you and Aim? I forget who it was in the chat, but I was streaming it, and the opening scene is a guy just falling down after a big bloody battle, and I'm like, wow, I got a copy of Ghost of Tsushima early. This is what Ghost of Tsushima looks like. It doesn't look like that. But now I feel bad because it actually does almost the exact same intro for that game. But no, Ghost of Tsushima, fantastic game. 10 out of 10 for my 4 hours in. We'll give like a more in-depth synopsis of it and review of it when I get done with it.
I feel like I haven't seen anything on this.
Oh, it's kind of been on the back burner for a while. Sony hasn't really talked a whole lot about it for a few years. And then they're just like, here it is. This is when it's coming out. This is the new cutscene. Have fun.
Did anybody expect it to be as good as it is?
No. Well, I think people expected it to be pretty good. It's by Sucker Punch, the company that made the Sly Cooper games and the Infamous games. So people kind of already knew, hey, this is probably going to be pretty solid.
Yeah, they probably didn't expect
not
this.
as
Though.
solid.
Oh my god.
Slid under the radar.
Yeah.
It really kind of slid under the radar because everyone's been focusing on like Cyberpunk and then Final Fantasy,
Last of Us.
Right.
and so it kind of was like, hey, I'm here too, guys. Hi.
Oh.
And then
And boy, did it come out of
Yeah.
it just
Left field,
threw
huh?
itself at it.
Yep.
It was like, I'm here, fuckers.
Yeah, that looks.
And then unfortunately with everything going on, it wasn't really promoted as well because they didn't have much to really go over other than the conferences. So, but yeah, it was actually pretty anticipated. It just was kind of a game that was kind of like off to left field that like, hey, I'm still here. Hi, and people just waving his hands and while everyone's looking at The Last of Us Part 2 and then
everything else.
Death Stranding on PC and then Final Fantasy and then Cyberpunk and then Watchdogs.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, this is here too. I forgot.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's.
Yeah, I'm watching a trailer for it right now.
I'd
It looks
rather
pretty
be
dope.
playing that right now than being on this podcast.
Understand that.
Yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah. Hey,
Huh.
Mark.
Oh hey.
How was your week? I know you played a game too.
Yeah. Shit. Excuse me. Voice cracked there a little bit, but yeah, that's a good old part of growing up. We're
Yep.
raising my
Finally,
voice a little
you're finally
bit. It's
becoming a
weird.
big boy.
Yeah, finally. But yeah, I played Death Stranding. Bought that on Steam.
Man standing. I love it.
How are you enjoying that one?
It's phenomenal. That's the best way to put it. It's definitely one of those masterpiece titles. Whenever I've heard... Go ahead.
There should be like a big old like they need to make something. You know the Criterion collection for movies? Where it's like here's Citizen.
What? You kind
I
of cut
think you're
out.
losing most of us.
Is he frozen?
Yeah, James froze, unfortunately, ladies
Oh,
and
okay.
gentlemen. He's
So
not
how
good
you
to
liking it, man? I mean, are you
finish.
I know he played the hell out of it, and he really enjoyed it. Are you having?
Oh, he came back.
You
Am I
hard
back?
froze.
Okay,
Yeah,
so hold
you
on.
turned
Wait,
into
hold
a-
on for a second. Walker and Mark were frozen. I saw Jeff the entire time. He was moving. He's still moving around. Yeah,
That's
I'm
funny.
alive still.
he was moving around the entire time. I saw him the entire time.
That's good.
Yep, you hardcore froze. So what were you saying, James? Do you
So
remember?
you know how there's the Criterion collection for movies?
Yeah.
Like with Citizen Kane and all like those movies, like this is what a movie should be.
Yeah.
They need to do that for games, and like I vote for the very first thing to be Death Stranding. The very first one to have that,
I agree with that.
because it is like Mark said, a masterpiece.
Good old Funky Retus and the Norman Fetus.
Yeah, I haven't
Good
I haven't yet really seen much content on this because I look forward to playing it as well.
Yeah.
The
Would
general,
recommend. It's What was
Jeff,
that?
you would love it. You would get sunk
Yeah,
into it.
yeah, you would lose your fucking mind playing this game. I
Yeah.
like literally, I guess I'll go through my basic thought process of how
Okay, do it
it's a lot like Ark. You know, you take like, I don't know, half an hour someplace to reach a new station, and then you're like, cool. I finally did something. I can rest here for a bit. You do all that, take a shower, you get your grenades, you drink a bunch of Monster Energy because you have to, and then look at yourself in the mirror, you know, take a shit, do that sort of stuff.
Get
Leave
grenades
out,
for your shit.
yeah, get more grenades. You head up and you're like, all right, let's see what I got to do here. And then they're just like, all right, we're gonna give you 120 pounds worth of plastic just because. You're like, okay, what do I have to do? And they're like, you got to carry it up this mountain, up to this weather station because this old dude wants it. And you're like, all right, whatever. I guess that's the game. And then you pretty much walk out and you're fucking walking side to side, and it's one of those games that it's just about the struggle of doing a singular task, or like doing a really shitty task, but like becoming progressively more and more better at it. But at the same time, it's still the same kind of shitty task. I,
Mark, have you delivered the pizza yet?
yeah, I did
Oh, that was a fucking bitch.
Yeah, I had to deliver a pizza fucking up a mountain, like through an area of like, I don't, through an area of like the ghosts in that game.
The
I don't really want to
BTs.
spoil it too much. Yeah, the BTs that they call, as they call it. But you just got to be stealthy and you can't drop that package. It's got to stay upright. Honestly, my least favorite one was the you have to deliver an hourglass, but they're like, oh, you got to do, it's super fragile, so it's best to do it by hand. So you got to fucking carry it as a briefcase. And it's like, at this point, you already have like vehicles unlocked, and you're like, oh, I can manage driving over there somehow. But it's like, no, you can't take that anymore. You got to grab that as well as this other shit and all this, like all the other orders you got to take and somehow carry that over. But you can't use your left hand because that has your that cool hourglass thing that you can't like do 5% damage worth, otherwise it's broken. And it's just a whole struggle along the entire way, and it's great. Like,
Have you
Jesus
delivered the
criminy.
jizz yet?
Oh my gosh.
yes, a few times, yeah.
So what is this
semen.
like demonness that seems to be happening in the game as well? You can't talk about any of it without
So-
giving it all away or any of that?
If you've
Well-
played a Metal Gear Solid game, it's similar to that. Like, it's of course made by the same guy. It plays very similar.
Genius Jumbo.
Yeah, like the menu styles are the same, like cinematics are pretty much the same kind of thing. And if you know that there's a huge backstory behind Metal Gear Solid, it's a very similar sort of thing. Like, it's very, very story driven without giving it to you on a silver platter. But at the same time, they're giving you so much story, and it's sometimes a bit too much. But that's the beauty of the game. I just to give it to you. That's a bad way of saying it.
Just go and give it
But
to
the game came out 6 days ago, and I have 23 hours in it. So I haven't played it a crazy amount, but I've definitely played it a bunch.
Yeah,
So it's great.
definitely looks weird.
Hey, it's breaking news really quick on a side story on our podcast.
Thanks.
Podbean's a little behind.
news.
They just congratulated us and sent us a badge
Yeah, I
for
saw
1,000
that.
downloads, which happened
I saw that.
which happened about 2,000 downloads ago. But it is
Woo-woo.
what it is. So, thank you everybody for being a part of this. Yeah, we have officially reached 1,000 downloads about 7 months ago, and we are now being honored for it by Podbean. So thank you for those who are a part of this. Anyways, continue. I just wanted to break that news. I just saw that email today.
Oh yeah, no problem. But yeah, Death Stranding, buy it. I mean, if you like kind of slow-paced games and you just kind of want to relax and you do you don't even have to fucking do deliveries. You can literally just explore. Like, you can just grab packages that are along the way, find a building and be like, oh cool, can I deliver there? And who knows, you might be able to. Like, it's one of those games that you're either going to love it or hate it. But I would definitely watch at least a little bit of gameplay before you pick it up in case you're interested. Like, yeah, I love it or hate it, but I definitely enjoy it. What else did I play? I played a bit of Rocket League. That wasn't too bad. Played with good old aim, and I think Piff for a little bit. Played with Majors. It was a good time. Yeah, good old Rocket League. That's pretty much it for my week. Went back to work this week. That was fun.
Today.
Yeah, today. That was fun, going back to public things. Otherwise, I've been doing work for my other job at Penn State, so that's been fun. In case y'all, the podcast viewers didn't know, I do web designs. So I make websites for nonprofits. So been doing that pretty much 30, 40 hours a week, and now going back to Best Buy. It's a change, but yeah, I'll get used to it.
Shit.
But yeah, that's my week.
Awesome. How about you, Shrodes?
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just playing a whole lot of that Sea of Thieves. It's pretty fun. I didn't like it at first when it came out. I was just no. But there just wasn't content there, right? Isn't that like the mutual thing for most people? There wasn't enough content out there
for it?
A
lot of people hated about it.
Yeah,
yep. When it came out, it was people shit on that game just like Final Fantasy 14 and Destiny 2 because it was all you did was sail the seas and you didn't really do anything.
Right.
And then they hardcore changed it.
Yeah, which is super good. Because, I mean, you guys have asked us to play a couple times, and I'm usually like, I don't know if I want to play that. But Major was like, I remember Major asking about acquiring a game, and he asked, what game does everybody play? And I says, well, I know a handful of the guys like to play Sea of Thieves, and did you tell him to get it? Somebody told him to get it. And
well, I think it was me because he had talked about playing a game where all of us like a group of us can play together, and if he already had Game Pass, so I dropped my bottle off that loud noise. If you already had Game Pass, it's free anyway. Just fucking download it.
Yeah.
So
he was like really trying to play it, and I'm like, all right, man, I'll play with you. And then suddenly I'm like hooked on the damn game now. And it's funny too, because I usually don't like those type of games because of the, I don't know, random high stress moments of somebody just rolling up on your ass after you done
the PvP side of it.
Yeah, like you've just done an hour and a half of PvE, ghost ship fighting, fort taking, warrior pirate-ness-ing out there on the high seas, and then somebody just slams their little boat into your larger boat and then jumps on with a keg and runs to the basement and blows it up before you even know what happened. It's like you
fucking Kraken comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, or a Kraken comes, and I usually don't like those style of games, but this one I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying. It's pretty funny. I've actually been like hankering to be the aggressor, and I just haven't had the opportunity really yet. I got close to one night. I was chasing somebody, but they just kept running away, and they wouldn't even fire back when I fired at them. So I'm like, all right, man, these guys aren't trying to have it. Fuck it.
Yeah. We were playing the other day. We were getting chased. We tried to flip the boat around, and then when we flipped the boat around, the people weren't even fucking near us anymore. We're like, God damn it.
Yeah. Who was I playing with? I think it was Aimright and Major I was playing with, and as soon as we started, like the first island we went to, we were attacked by a couple people that I think were, what do they call those people, Walker? The people that just hide.
Tuckers.
Yeah, Tucker. Yeah, a couple Tuckers, because like they were wearing Tucker-like clothing and they were, smaller like in frame, so it's easy. It's harder to detect them when they. Tucking is when they just curl up in a ball or something and like hide
behind a keg.
Yeah, or something silly like that.
Tucking away on a pirate ship.
Right, and because that's ultimately what ended up happening with one of them. One of them we dispatched pretty quickly, and I got excited because somebody was finally attacking us. So I jumped in the cannon and launched myself over to their boats and tried to do that whole drop the anchor thing real quick. But I saw that it was about to slam into the island, so I'm like, go ahead and slam your boat into the island. That's fine. But at the time, I didn't think that they were trying to
hide on your ship.
Hide on our ship. And it's so funny because everybody starts to get, we dispatched the first dude. Their boat pretty much has sunk. We start sailing away, and I run into the back, and I look out the window, and there's a dude just laying there on the fucking, right on the side. I'm like, hey guys, come here, take a look at this. And and we kaboom them, and I don't know. The game is just kind of funny. It's silly, like.
That's what Summit does. The one guy, he hides on your boat, and when you're not paying attention, he goes to your treasure map and draws a penis on the treasure map, then goes and hides again.
I think that's kind of funny. That kind of thing is funny, man. I was watching one dude, and he was hiding, and every time lightning would hit their boat or it would break inside, he would run down and fix it and then tuck. And then like, so these guys are like, what the heck is going on, man?
That's funny.
I don't
It's
know.
good content by doing that. It's so funny when you watch the one guy Summit, he'll hide, and honestly it looks like it's blatantly obvious where he's hiding, but I guess you just can't see him when they actually do it.
Right, when you're running around, you're not even thinking about that random
Looking
hand
at-
that's
looking
sticking out of the
down.
wall.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's so funny because you know how you can circle things on the map. So on the map, he just click, 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 does the balls, and then does the shaft. And they come down, they look at the map, and they're like, dude, what the fuck? Who's doing this? And they're like, I don't know. And then they'll run around, they can't find him. They're like, dude, someone's on our fucking ship. And they run around and can't find him. They'll go back up. He'll go back, draw a penis again. Like, oh my god, what the fuck's going on right now? And then randomly, when they stop looking, he'll make like fart noises, like on the open mic. Like, what was that? Like, someone just fart, and like, do it again. And then he'll finally, when his teammate finally catches up to him, then they'll fucking kill everybody. And then
I know
sink
these
their ship.
streamers are savage when they go about
Yeah.
doing what they do. That's why I want to do some of the arena, because I want to be able to be a warrior of the sea. I want to be a warrior of the sea.
Yeah, and I'm definitely down to start doing that PvP side. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah,
It's just
dude.
50-50 chance now because when big updates happen is when everybody's on. Towards the end of that update, there's nobody on.
Didn't
a
you
ghost
say there's a
town.
new update coming out like
And 3 days.
3
23rd.
days?
Nice.
Cool.
So
Is there any
on that, it's the next season. A ton of people will be on, but then you start getting later in the season. People are like, okay, I'm bored. I just want to wait till the next season, and everyone's on again. It's like a fucking cycle.
Yeah. Well, I
So-
think one of the biggest things with it is you can't get butthurt over losing your entire bounty. That's what it comes
Yeah.
down to. Like, because the chances are so high that it's going to happen. And to be quite honest, your bounty doesn't even, what is it, cosmetics? Like, you don't get
Yeah.
anything. You don't get anything ultimately for, other than.
I think
like,
it's more the time that you spend in. I think if you're gonna start voyaging out to fight people,
Yeah.
you gotta like know, okay, I'm not gonna fucking do a lot of shit. Like I'm not gonna go do a tall tale and then fucking go out and try to fight people. Like that would be just a shit thing, you know.
Right.
It's like what happened to us when so me and Schroeder have been playing a bunch, and so the one day we go do a tall tale mission, and
Oh.
so ironically, past the first tall tale, they're fucking easy, kind of. The tall tale that James,
Group
Mark,
did.
and Jeff did, the level of
It was
difficulty compared to the
ridiculous.
ones that me and Schroeder did were not even comparable.
One
Like,
of them
there's
was
no
one of them was a sweet ass obstacle course, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Like there was
CFEs
no
really stepped
deciphering
their game
fucking
up.
codes or none of that shit. But yeah, so we do a tall tale. We do the tall tale. We just beat the boss. We're going back to hand the treasure in. On the way to the person, we kill a kraken. We sunk 2 ghost ships. We find a bunch of sunken ships. We go do the tall tale. We're heading the way back. We sink another ship, and we're heading back. And all of a sudden, I fall off the boat because my ship starts turning. I'm like, okay, what the fuck just happened? And Schroeder's like, I'm flying in the sky.
Yeah, and I've played enough of it to know that when that starts to happen, it usually fixes itself pretty quick. It's just
Yep.
like a server desync thing, but it never fixed it itself.
No.
It
So we
just
did the tall
stayed
tail.
broken.
We lost all the progression on the tall tail.
Yep.
We lost all of our loot on the boat. And I go on Twitter, and everyone's just fucking pissed.
Blaming them,
Someone
dude.
just said they
were
did their
so
fifth.
mad.
They did their 5th round of the Fort of the Damned. They had $500,000 worth of loot on their ship that they lost. And everyone's like, this is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
And so it's like 3:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning at this point for me, 6 o'clock for Schroeder. It's just like, okay, so we did all this.
Sigh.
We know how to do the tall tail. Do we do it again, or do we call it a night? Just like, fine, just fucking do it again. So we run back through it again. It's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock Jeff's time. It was.
Yeah, we got it done pretty quick though the second time.
Yeah, we did it. The second time we did it pretty fast, but it was just like, oh, this can't believe this fucking happened.
Those tall tales are pretty fun actually. The
They really
stories
are.
are pretty neat.
Yeah,
A little
what was
long-winded,
that?
some of them, but
the fire one or whatever, the one that we did with Major, you and me,
yeah, with the cave,
caves. That was pretty cool.
that was fun. That was neat. It was like a super big obstacle course, and there's 3 different directions you can take with it too. So, didn't you say it's a thing, an accommodation or whatever to do all 3?
Do all 3 paths.
Huh.
It's so basically you have like wheels of flame. So the basically this wheel turns and there's flame shooting out, and you got to time your jump correctly. There's fucking knives being thrown at you. You have to time your jump perfect.
There's
You
an
have to jump
Indiana
over
Jones
lava.
moment. Like, there's a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff, dude. It's pretty crazy.
That's pretty much what it is. It's like fucking Indiana Jones type
We
concept.
also learned that Major isn't super good at these style of gaming.
No. The obstacle
not his
courses
strong point.
was not
pretty-
his strong point.
He's pretty good at FPS, but when it comes to jumping through an obstacle course,
Oh yeah, that
so
was
much.
Yeah, time.
yeah. Me and Schroeder, there was one where you have to jump across basically a fucking ravine of fire, and we're sitting there just watching them keep jumping in the fire, jumping in the fire, jumping in
Yeah.
the fire.
I tried to put the lava out. I ran over with a bucket and water, and no,
Yeah.
it didn't help at
There's
all.
like a river of lava, and Schroeder's like, I'm gonna put it out for you, Major. He goes and grabs a little bucket of water and starts splashing it into the river of lava.
Nothing. It was fun. It's a good time. I've been enjoying myself. I'm gonna play the arena and kind of get a little more PvP in. I think that'd be a fun one to do that with. It looks pretty simple. I mean, basically everybody's given a map, and you go and dig up the treasure out of that map, and you have to bring it to the center, basically. And everybody's map is, of course, different. So some people have better booty than others. And then you can either turn your loot in and call it, or, you know, the idea is you sink the other ships and you get points and you grab their loot too. And it's pretty mayhem-ick. I recommend checking it out.
I feel like this progression we're doing, I want to become a pirate legend at this point. It's like, we're already fucking doing it. Might as well just keep grinding it out until we do it.
What's that getting the rest of the...
50-50-50 on the Merchant Alliance, the Gold Hoarders, and then the Skull.
Well, not only that, but you also have the flags now.
Yeah.
That is kind of fun. I kind of want to... I like the idea of getting ranked up in that. They've added a new mechanic where you basically place a flag on the top of your ship. And the flag represents that you are working for one of these specific factions on, you know, in the game. So that's Gold Hoarders, the Ghost Lady, the Traitor people. What else is there?
Reapers Alliance.
Yeah, and each one of them, imagine like real life high seas, you have all these different gangs fighting over control of the seas, and as you physically touch loot and put it on your boat, you get points, and those points create symbols on the flag. And the more points you get, up to like, you know, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, up to 5, if somebody sinks your ship, steals that flag and turns it in, they get
Tier 5.
Yeah, like a tier 5 is how much? Like 30,000?
30,000 credits for a level 5 flag. A max flag
Wow.
and it's really easy to get a max flag. It only takes like
Yeah.
15 minutes.
It really doesn't take long. It takes a couple missions and you have it.
I watched a dude who sunk a ship that had 5 level 5 flags on his ship. That he ended up sinking it, because that's all the guy was doing. The guy that was going around sinking other people's ships, stealing the flags, and then come to find out that, and then the guy ended up sinking the dude's ship that was just fucking going around and just specifically sinking ships. Ends up sinking the dude's ship, and he ended up getting, it was like 230,000 credits off of
That's
5
crazy.
flags. Yeah.
That is crazy.
And that's also how you get more points. You get more money too. So if you have a Merchant Alliance flag on your ship and you go hand in like a snake, you get extra money.
Yeah.
And then you get extra credit to build to the level 50. So I was looking up like the fastest way to become level 50. It's to basically grind a specific Merchant Alliance or gold holders, put their flag up, get level 5, and then go hand in the gold. And you get credit faster that way.
Yeah, because I think it's based on currency, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them are based on currency. The thing is, though,
Yep.
you can take anything, like literally anything, to the Reaper's joint.
Yeah, but that doesn't count towards the Pirate Legend, though, unfortunately.
No, but there was something about it, though, that was kind of neat. Even Asher stuff you can take to him, but there was something else that was unique about him.
You get more money and reputation by bringing it to the Reapers.
Okay.
You get more money that way, but you don't become a Pirate Legend by doing that. So you either want more money, or you do the other side and you become a Pirate Legend. So it's just like depending which one you want.
But that's what I've been up to, and it's been a pretty fun time.
Yeah.
Trying to get more people to play. I definitely want to get this arena stuff going, though. That's going to be a blast. I look forward to that. It's so
That'd
funny.
be fun. Anything else for you?
No, I don't think so. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Myself, pretty much
Hold
same
on,
thing.
Wait. Hold on.
What's up?
There is one thing that I forgot to mention during my week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I know what you're gonna mention. Go ahead.
What am I gonna mention?
We said something about Final Fantasy, and I saw you go,
Yeah.
oh!
I played Final Fantasy 14 for 10 goddamn hours straight one day.
There you go.
It's not healthy.
And I want to die.
Were you drinking plenty of water?
No, not enough. Definitely not
Mark,
enough.
you need to up your level of peer pressure on the water drinking piece.
No, I
Yeah,
couldn't,
you know
I
it, bro.
couldn't leave. Like, I barely even stood up at all during that 10 hours. I barely took a break.
Grind is real, my
So-
dude.
Yeah. So
Did you stream it?
I'm working on no. God no. It was the most boring shit ever. So I beat me and my buddy Ramon with a friend John Luke with his help. We beat Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn story mode. So the first expansion done. Now we're on to the post game content. Our buddy Mike Zach decided, hey, let's try getting your relic weapons, which is essentially almost like the ultimate weapons in the mainline Final Fantasy games. Except these are way fucking more tedious to get. So, to get the relic weapon, you have to do all this rigmarole running around doing all this stuff. And it's fine. It took maybe about 2 hours or so to do it. What's really fucking tedious is leveling that son of a bitch up. Me and Mike spent no shit probably 6 goddamn hours to level up both him and my relic weapons. So to upgrade the relic weapons after level 1, you have to do these things called fates. Fates are random instances that happen in the world. And they pop up all the goddamn time. So we would go to an area. There's 12 different things you have to collect from these fates. And they drop randomly. We would go there, do a fate, not get anything. All right, let's go to the next fate. Go to the fate, do a thing, nothing. Go to the fate, do a thing, hey, one of us got one. Go to the fate, do the thing, nothing. Go to the fate, do the thing, hey, the person that already got one got one. go to the Fate, do the thing, nothing. There was a time where Mike had 5 of these things, and I just finally got my one that I needed.
Big oops.
Whenever you join a Fate, there's a big thing that pops up on screen that says Fate joined, and you hear the noise. You hear like a little fucking tune that I've blocked out of my mind. I went to bed that night. It was like 2:30 in the goddamn morning. I had to be up to work at 10 o'clock. I went to work late because I was fucking exhausted still. I went to bed. I would close my eyes and I would just see Fate joined. Just in my dreams. And I would hear that fucking tune. And then at work that entire goddamn day, Mike would do a funny thing.
Sorry.
And just, text me, Fate joined. Or type on the computers, Fate joined. He would just leave me Fate joined. Just a little message all over the goddamn place. And I would look at it, and I would go, fuck! That asshole! And I would text him. And I would just do... all I saw was Fate joined that day. A solid 24 hours. The only thing that I saw was Fate joined. And the worst thing... You want to know what the worst thing about it is? You want to know what the goddamn worst thing about it is? The relic weapon is trash.
Go figure.
Like, as soon as I start the post-game... As soon as I start the post-game content, I'm probably going to get a better weapon. So you know what I say to that? No thank you, sir. I'm going to keep this relic weapon until I cannot. Until I'm doing, like, 1 damage. I'm not getting rid of this relic weapon. Holy shit. 10 hours of my life is not going to get wasted.
That's funny.
And I haven't gone back to 14 cents. Okay, Walker, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I honestly didn't have much. I was more interested in what I was going to say. I didn't really do much other than play Sea of Thieves. Me and Schroeder played it. Didn't watch any movies or anything like that this week. Still watching good old...
Yeah, you guys played a bunch.
Big Bang Theory.
Bazinga.
Yeah. I don't even know how many hours. Schroeder put way more than me in, but I would assume probably like 6 hours a night all week for the most part, roughly. So what I'll get on at 8:30, play until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning some of the nights, and the one night we played till 4 a.m. doing that relic. Not the relic. Fuck you, James.
Yep.
Oh no,
the
you
Tall
got
Tale.
Relic Quest too? Fuck!
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
it's fun though.
Shoot, the one day I was playing, we freaking did we did the Fort of the Damned like 3 times.
Yeah, you did the Fort of the Damned bunch, which I still have to do. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, it's not difficult, but it's also not hard either. I get how you do it. It's actually the trickiest part is not being attacked while you're doing it by other people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always the bitch. But yeah, if you can do it, all you need is the ritual skulls, and you just fucking keep doing it over and over and over again.
You know where to get those?
In chests and stuff, isn't there?
You can actually randomly get those in the Asher chests. So if
okay.
you're willing to
Do you
spend
not
the
have to get
doubloons-
the different flames?
Oh, you do. You still have to. But there's a chance
They
when
don't go away.
Yes. So there's a chance when you get up there, they'll already be lit.
Yeah, if someone did it before you, they already could be there. Or if you do it, and you have like 5 ritual skulls, your flames don't disappear. So all you do is go grab the flames again, just put the ritual skull down, and it just repeats it.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when
Now
we
that
did
it's not a main part of the story, that's why they kind of were like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, it was like 200,000 credits.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I've
those
seen a
3
dude-
missions. It's crazy.
Yeah, they repeated it like 5 or 6 times, and then they were like, okay, we better fucking stop testing our luck and just go sell all the shit. And the issue that you were gonna run into is like what me and you, Mark, ran into the one day when there was like 8 fucking ships surrounding it trying to kill
You
each other
just
'cause they went
show
on.
up.
Yeah, they just won on the island to start it. I was like, God damn it, I just want to fucking do this. So, other than that, I didn't really do much of anything. So maybe next week would be different. Who knows? Probably not.
Nobody
Nobody
Maybe
knows.
you'll play 14, you son of a bitch.
I'll get there.
You gotta put in the time. You gotta put in that 10 hours. You gotta put in that 10-hour day.
I gotta put in that grind. So James, before we get into some news, you wanna talk about our Patreons right quick?
Yeah. Mad shoutouts to Morgan and Jeffrey, our patrons. You can become a patron at patreon.com/levelunlockpodcast.
Sure can.
Patreon.com/levelunlockpodcast. Thanks,
Awesome.
Morgan and Jeffrey.
Thank you guys very,
Hey.
very, very, very much. Let's dive into it, shall we? I do got some movie news today.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of.
Wow.
One of them, honestly, is becoming a running joke at this point. But it's, hey, they want to talk about it, we'll mention it. So, first and foremost, so Tenet, Christopher Nolan's new movie that was supposed to release in 2 weeks. That was supposed to be the box office smash hit of the year. Fortnite advertised it. They even played a trailer in Fortnite. You got to watch Inception in Fortnite because of it. Is now delayed indefinitely. There is no longer a release date for this movie. They do not know when they will be releasing it.
Release it on VOD, you fucking snobby piece of shit.
They advertised it a shit ton on what's it called? What was it that one thing we watched? Sorry, that's very indiscreet.
The UFC fight.
UFC 251.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah. It was that, and then UFC. Yeah, and the new UFC game is those two commercials.
If you pre-order today, you can get
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
Yep.
Yeah, and did you know Tenet's coming to theaters August something?
Yep.
I
Not
love
anymore.
August 12th.
How the announcer did just said Tenet coming to theaters August 12th.
Middle of
they
the
would
fight.
just
Oh, look
slide
at that
it in.
haymaker. All the while, look at that haymaker from so and so. August 12th, Tenet. Back to the.
Hey, this is brought to you by Tenet, coming to theaters on August 12th, and he comes in, smack.
But yeah,
That
it is
haymaker was sponsored by Tenet.
And then the foot
It
stomping
is
begins.
for now being delayed indefinitely. Warner Brothers CEO said he regrets this decision. We do not want to treat Tenet like a traditional global day and release. The upcoming market, unfortunately, is not currently there. We shall release new updates in the future. But as of right now, there is no date, and we will reevaluate as everything comes to fruition.
The thing. They just put the nail in the coffin for the movie Tenet.
Yeah.
Because 2 months from now,
No one's gonna
start
care.
Opening up, no one's gonna care. No one's gonna go see fucking Tenet.
Yeah. Especially if by the end of the year you're supposed to have all the Wonder Woman, the new Marvel movie, all that shit. It's gonna get lost. No one's gonna.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the only movie that was gonna be released this summer, and then they were like, okay, never mind.
Cute.
So
Yeah, they just killed that movie. Just
Yep.
put it on VOD, for fuck's sake, please.
and
Get
it's
some of your money back.
and it's I don't know why people don't take the success of Trolls 2. If they calculated it, if Trolls 2 did the numbers in theater that it did at home, it would have made $180 million its opening weekend, which
And it
for an
made more
animated
money
movie,
because it costs more.
so an animated movie, $180 million opening weekend's fucking unheard of.
Yeah.
So
Well,
And then-
Walker, you rented that, didn't you? Was it Trolls 2?
Trolls 2, yeah,
You rented-
$20
How much? Exactly, 20 fucking
for
dollars
3 days.
For 3 days.
Yep.
Jeez.
And if you want to watch it again
Wow.
after that, you got to pay another $20. And you have kids that I want to watch Trolls 2. Can we watch Trolls 2? Can we watch Trolls 2? I want to watch Trolls 2 again. Okay, fine.
It's
So,
on day
and you
4.
buy it again.
Let me get this mortgage real
Jeez.
quick. Let me
Yeah.
put a
It's like
second
going to the
mortgage on
movie
that.
theater again or whatever.
Right?
Same thing. And
How they're charging you.
so you think about it, it's you get it for 3 days, but at the same time it's expensive. But people are gonna buy it for their kids, and people who really want this movie, like $20 to see it at home. Fucking
You're gonna
who
spend
knows?
that much on popcorn and ticket.
Exactly. People just don't realize that. So next big thing. So you guys remember during like the thick of things, that Chicago Bulls documentary, with Michael Jordan and all of them about the Chicago Bulls dynasty.
Yeah.
It's coming to Netflix this week. So if you haven't watched it but you want to, you now can. It'll be released on Netflix this Wednesday, and it was actually one of the most watched things in the history of ESPN. So.
One of the great 30 for 30 documentaries.
Yep.
All those 30 for 30s are fantastic.
So we if you listen to the preamble, we kind of talked about Comic-Con. And at Comic-Con, one of the tables is, well, not tables, but one of the streams,
Exhibits.
I guess. I don't know what they're going to be calling them, was about the Uncharted movie. So I decided just for shits and giggles to look it up. So it has been revealed that they are going to announce that the movie will begin filming next week. So Comic-Con takes place this Wednesday to Sunday. And during their panel, Tom Holland will be announcing that Uncharted the movie will start filming next week.
Hi guys, I'm Tom Holland, Mr. Stark.
You think they'll actually finish it this time though?
No, nah.
We'll see.
He's just gonna keep just throwing money at this project. Oh,
It's
they're gonna lose
lost-
so much money.
It's lost 5 directors and has been in development for 10 years.
It's
So-
been okay, Jeff. To put this in perspective.
Jesus.
To put this into perspective, the movie has been in development hell for so long that the person that was supposed to play Nathan Drake got too old and is now playing the character of Nathan Drake's older mentor, like father figure.
Yeah.
Like that's how long this has been in
Jeez.
development.
Yeah, they realize that they can't physically make him look young, so he's now playing the adult version.
What are they gonna do? Like, what is causing this to happen over and over again?
Just-
no one wants to be a part of the project.
The creative direction they're going with,
The writing, all
because
this
the games are really well loved, but people who are reading the script and the directors were like, I'm not really feeling it, and so they're like, okay, I don't want to fight with the company, so I quit. Okay, new director comes in, I'm going to change it. Actors and other people were like, okay, I don't like this director's way, I quit. The director was like, okay, they want this way, well, I don't want it this way, so I quit. And it's just been a constant battle for 10 years.
Oh my heavens!
Yeah, and this is Sony's franchise right now.
Yeah.
This is their Avengers.
Yep.
This is their Marvel
Really?
stuff. They are not listening to any creative control from any of the directors.
Yep.
What if the movie's shit?
Oh, it probably is gonna be shit.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm so curious about. It comes out and it's absolute trash.
Yeah.
And it's
Sony
like,
wants
well,
this
maybe all those
adaptation.
people that quit know what they're doing.
Yeah, they want this adaptation to be their way because their games are Sony games. So,
It's Naughty Dog.
yeah.
That is
So-
that is the most Sony company
Yep.
outside of Sony.
Yeah. So, but like basically, it's
give
just
me-
like
Give me like a Spyro the Dragon movie. Like, it doesn't even need to be that great. Just give me a Spyro the Dragon movie. I'll fucking watch it. I don't need no Uncharted movie. I can just play the games. Those are basically movies.
we have a Sonic, so maybe you'll get a Spyro. Who knows?
I have fucking Indiana Jones. That's
Yeah.
That's Uncharted.
That
Uncharted
is
is
true.
a playable Indiana
Right?
Jones movie.
Pretty much.
4 of them.
And then, so the last piece of movie news that I feel we've talked about pretty much every week, as to a movie getting delayed over and over and over again,
Is
is
it
also a Sony movie, or is it Universal? I don't know.
What is it?
Pitter
James
patter.
Bond, No Time to Die. That's Sony?
Columbia, so that's Sony, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, that's Columbia Pictures.
is once again being postponed. It got
Sony just can't win.
it is being postponed most likely until summer 2021.
Fuck.
Last week it got moved up. The week before it got pushed back. The week before that it got pushed back and then moved up. And then this week it's getting pushed back again. They are actively looking at a window, and the window is currently summer of 2021 for the release of the last Daniel Craig James Bond movie.
Again, it's fucking done. Stop
It's
sniffing
been
out
done.
farts
Yep.
and just release it on VOD already. Jesus fucking Christ. All you're doing is just costing everyone money. You're
Oh, yeah.
costing yourself money. Just
So-
release it on VOD, then do a special like showing in theaters for like 2 or 3 months once everything opens up, and
Right.
fuck it, you'll be good. Double
Their
dip.
biggest thing
Double
is
dip,
that
my guy.
James Bond is a worldwide name, and they don't want to release it in certain countries at different times. They want to release it together at one time throughout the whole entire world. and
That's
that's
what the internet's for.
Release it on VOD everywhere, you fucks.
But I think with James Bond though, they're not going to want to do that though. They're like, this is
they're not.
how old are these movies? 75 years or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, if you're talking the books, probably about 75 years.
Yeah. So, and I think it's just because of the name, they were like, no, we can't release this on VOD. We got to release this in theaters. We got to have the world premiere show, the works, the song.
They probably have to worry about pirating and everything like that too, though, don't you think? Like, wouldn't that be a reason to keep it all on the same day?
At this point, I don't know, maybe.
Those fucking idiots sitting in the back of the movie theater.
Yeah.
With
camera.
Tripods,
That's true.
Their handy cam.
Recording the smoking a blunt like they did when I went to go see what movie was it? I forget what movie I went and saw, and someone was doing that.
Videotaping in the back and smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're considering it probably what'll be one of the biggest box office movies is that they do not want to release it that way. They want to release it in theaters together as one.
I can at least see, like, the James Bond name is enough to pull people in to go see a movie.
Yeah.
But fucking Christopher Nolan?
Yep.
Tenet.
Yeah, that I don't get.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, that one I don't get that one at all. And the last piece of news that I have that actually will segue into gaming, Netflix has had a massive first half of the year.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah. Yep. Currently, year to date, Netflix has added 26 million subscribers. Their entire year of 2019, they added 28 million. So they are 2 million subscribers off from matching the numbers from last year, which were record-breaking.
Wow.
Gotta run out of people at one point.
I know, and then what happens?
Yeah.
So
increase profits from there. There's no more people.
I have Netflix. I pay for their 4K option. I think I've used it like 3 times this year.
Yeah, I don't know if it seems even really.
That's what they're hoping for.
Exactly.
Yeah, you forget about it.
I'm a part of the problem. Same with the Google Stadia. I'm part of the problem. God, they should be fucking paying me.
I wonder the numbers of people who have Netflix and don't use it. Like, there has to be some kind of...
Well, there's one in the room right now.
Yeah.
I don't use it as much as I should, but I don't necessarily like it as much as I used to.
Just Netflix in general?
It doesn't really have stuff
compared to like 6 or 8 years ago. Yeah, it's like not that great.
Dude,
6 or 8 years ago, it was still like the kind of the new thing.
Once
That's
the
what I'm
office is
talking
off
about.
of there, we're done.
6 or 8 years ago, I was still using a fucking disc that I had to get from Netflix for my Nintendo Wii.
Their just content selection has shifted a bit more towards their original series, which makes sense, but it's not particularly something I'm interested in.
What are you saying, Schroeder?
I pay for it.
Yeah, I was saying just once the office is off of there, then yeah, I'm done.
It'll be on the
I know a lot of
Peacock.
people like that.
Hey man, I can do up to 5 devices at once. If you want to use my Netflix, you're more than welcome to.
It'll be on the Peacock in 2022.
I like the Star Trek stuff, but I think that's going to be on the cock as well.
Yep. Cack.
It's gonna be on the cock as well.
That's such a horrible name.
I know.
That's gonna be riding the cock too.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys watching tonight? I'm watching Peacock. Watching what?
I'm watching the cock, man. I'm watching the fucking cock. What the fuck do you mean?
What is the expression people use? Chillin' Netflix?
Peacock and Dickin.
What is it, just chillin' Netflix or something like that?
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill.
Cool,
Cock and
dude,
chill.
Cock and chill.
Amazon Prime.
Cock and chill.
Bang.
There you go. But yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, their Q1 and Q2 results are significantly higher and significantly larger than they ever expected. Obviously.
I wonder why. There might have been a month and a half where people weren't allowed to leave their house.
We're allowed to do anything else.
But yeah, so that is huge. I wonder how that affects the 2021 financial
it's terrible. It's gonna be terrible.
For stockholders.
Like,
Nobody's getting their bonuses next year.
People are going outside. How do we fix it?
God damn it! Disney Plus, as well as had a surge. They have not released their numbers, but as of the inaugural launch of Disney Plus till now, there is currently 55 million people that have Disney Plus, and it's been out less than a year.
I wonder how many of those are Verizon customers, because you got that free for, what, a year?
Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens, because when did it launch? It launched in November, didn't it? Or something like that?
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah, something like that.
October, November.
So,
Quarter
speaking of numbers, with the surge, with everything going on, not only Netflix not only had an amazing first half of the year, gaming has had its best half year as well as its best 1 month in the history of gaming.
I wonder why.
So funny
Maybe
that it's in
because there
January.
I do the
was a
best
month and a half
games
where
this month.
people could not leave their home.
It's so crazy that it's in June.
Yep. The month of June saw $6.6 billion in sales.
Jeez.
Total.
That's a lot of gift subs.
Combined total, $6.6 billion, hardware, software, and accessories. 1.2 billion total game cards were sold, up 26% from the year before. As well as, what are the other? $5.7 billion worth of software, 1.2 billion, dollars worth of hardware. So essentially, everyone's buying software, is what it comes out to.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely crazy when you break down these numbers. It's a 20% increase year over year for the month of June. It is the largest 1 month total in the history of gaming, which is unreal to think about.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah. It is the highest tracked since June of 2009, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, that's a lot of money, a lot of money. So I hear the actual numbers. So, $1.9 billion in hardware, $3 billion in software, $1.6 billion in accessories and gaming cards.
Wow.
Yeah, $3 billion worth of games were sold in the month of June. Which is insane. Utterly insane.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, that's freaking
Now it's-
crazy. But you know that'll happen. That's what you
Yeah.
expect. Everybody's at, like you were saying, man. Everybody's at home. You can't really do anything outside. You can go kayaking.
Yeah.
But what are you doing when it rains? Extreme
which is
kayaking?
crazy too, because June something's opened.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that things open and the numbers spiked, which means that people are going into the stores now and buying games to take home.
Mhm.
So they're like, fuck, I gotta go outside. Okay, I'll just go outside, go to the store, buy the game, and come home. There
Well,
we
how
go.
long? How long is it? It's probably still the case. How long did you were you not capable of getting one of those Switches, huh? Is that still a thing?
That's so
people-
June
insane.
was the first month in pretty much the whole year you could get a Switch. So that makes sense.
What is it right now? Can I go to my
I think
local?
you can.
Limited
Gaming-
stores, Walmarts, and GameStops have them available.
Okay.
Finally.
Alright, well,
But
I'm
yeah.
gonna go put one in layaway right after the show tonight. Psych!
there's
None of the Walmarts are open because of COVID.
Yep.
Guys.
So yeah, we are
Goddamn Dave.
in a world of where video games are the normal, which is awesome to think about. So when I was a kid, I was told that I want to accomplish anything by playing video games. Throwing it out there.
Yeah, you're
Now,
stopping a global pandemic.
Yep.
You're helping prevent a global pandemic from increasing.
Exactly.
You're
And you
keeping
can make
busy-
millions of
keeping
dollars
busy
too by
during
doing it.
Keeping people busy during it.
So tentatively that's all I have. I do have more, but if someone else wants to go, they can.
Well, I could talk about my news prior to any of the events.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about Smite. It's a video game. It's a MOBA by Hi-Rez Studios. It was pretty popular for a little bit. I don't know if it's still popular anymore. But hey, maybe with the new July 2020 update, update 7.7 might increase those numbers. Because they're getting a very special crossover with the Nickelodeon anime Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Nice.
So they're adding characters like Ong, if you watched the M. Night Shyamalan movie, or Aang, if you're a real human being. Zuko and Korra are all being added to the game as skins for existing gods Merlin, Susano, and Sakadi, respectively. Each costume will cost about 14 USD.
It's not bad.
That's a lot of money for a skin. Y'all like Legos?
Yeah, buddy.
Y'all like the Nintendo Entertainment System?
Heck yeah, man.
Heard of it?
Why, yeah.
Well, hey, now you can get on August 1st a 1-to-1 scale replica of a Nintendo Entertainment System set by Lego.
Get out of here.
This is
Yep.
from GameSpot. The 2,646-piece set comes with a miniature NES controller, game cart, and a CRT TV, all built with Lego bricks.
What?
And you actually can move Mario, because the back of the TV will actually rotate, and then you take Mario, there's a stick, and you actually make him jump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is cool.
It's part of the new Nintendo Lego collaboration that they are doing.
Yeah. So,
That is neat.
yeah, so far it's August 1st. It'll be sold exclusively off the Lego store, and will be sold at other retailers starting in
That's super
2021.
cool.
So if you like the NES and the original Super Mario Bros. And have an extra $230 that you can spend,
Is that how
hey,
much?
you can pick it up.
It's 230
No,
bucks?
Legos
Yeah.
are fucking expensive, my
Oh,
guy.
they're,
I
Jeez.
worked
they're
at Toys R
stupid
Us.
expensive.
They're
Holy
expensive.
potato
yeah.
chips.
The
And
cheapest,
Lego
markup is
world.
stupid.
like, you get a set that's
No.
the size of your hand, it's a minimum $20.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. That's
The
too
Death
many
Star,
dollars. Yeah.
Like the Millennium Falcon, they're like $300, $400 each.
Jeez,
Yup.
dude.
You want to build Hogwarts? It's $250 right there.
Yeah.
At least.
At least $250 to build Hogwarts.
My heavens.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm good.
And then
But that's still cool. That's
the
still super
last-
neat.
Yeah, I mean, I might pick it up. Who knows? I might build it. Might
Buy
put
the
it on my
extra
shelf here,
scratch.
Might throw some of the things around. Maybe Nathan Drake might get retired. Who knows? Might retire Nathan Drake because I can't retire Ellie. I spend way too much money on fucking Ellie right there. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe some of the curbs might go away.
Could invest in another shelf.
That's too much work.
It's like, fuck, that's a good point, but no.
That's too much work. Because then I would have to move, like, maybe banjo up, and I would have to move, like, my rear speaker over to the side. Like, that's too much work, my guy. That's way too much work. Like, I mean, look at this. I got this fucking extension, this power strip, just sitting here, just nailed to my wall. Like, I don't want to move that stuff around. I don't want to have to move that stuff around. Fuck that. I might as well just
True.
move stuff around on there. The last thing that I have is some interesting news on xCloud.
X gonna give it to you.
Project X gonna give it to you. I'm not reading. This is a lot longer of an article than I thought it was gonna be. But hey, long story short, if you're an Xbox, I saw you laugh, Mark. I know exactly what you wanted to say.
Oh gosh. It's an awful video.
I watched that video not too long ago. Long story short,
Gosh. That's
if
too
you are
much.
an
Star?
Xbox Ultimate Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, you're gonna get Xbox Series or not Xbox Series X, xCloud for free. It's gonna be included
Yeah.
with your membership. Phil Spencer did a really nice long article on news.xbox.com saying you are the future. Good on you, Phil Spencer. That's all that I have for non-direct or conference news.
Or,
Anyone
what about you,
have
Mark?
anything
Before
else?
I go.
I got a few things, nothing too crazy. So it looks like Oppo has released a new fast charger that charges up to 125 watts and supposedly
Damn.
gonna charge your phone in about 20 minutes if you have a 4,000 watt hour battery in your phone. Uh, so yeah, it's pretty great. It's really cool to see that kind of technology
This is
exist.
nuts.
The only catch is that it's not the first time Oppo's done this sort of thing. Last year, they also released a 65 watt charger. Let me double check. Yeah, it looks like they released a 120 watt charger last year that supposedly could charge a 40,000 milliamp battery in 13 minutes, but no phone has yet to actually ship with it. So, great technology. We'll see if it gets implemented.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, like it'd be awesome to see. Uh, I've yet to see it in an Oppo phone though. That's the only
You
thing
would
that kind of
think.
sucks.
You would think that would be the company that uses that tech.
Yeah, it's probably just super expensive to mass produce, as far as I can think. I have no idea whenever it comes to that sort of thing, but I'd assume if
That's
it's a relatively new technology, it's going to be kind of difficult to make it a bunch. Unless that's what they research is manufacturing, but that's above my pay grade.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's crazy. That's
Uh,
a lot of power output. That's for damn sure.
It'd be pretty dope just plugging in your phone and like taking a shower, making some food, and it's already charged.
I know, right?
But I can't imagine if that's that good for the batteries themselves.
Well,
Probably
once
not.
once they get those solid state graphene ones, oh, that's gonna be crazy. You hear they discovered that they can generate graphene out of anything, pretty much. So there's like a big movement towards recycling all of trash that has not been able to be recycled into graphene type products.
Really?
Yeah, crazy. When you get a
It's
chance to look
wild.
into it, it is wild.
Interesting.
Yep. So once they get the graphene solid state batteries, where you just plug that shit in and it's just like bloop, it just fills up instantly. We're
I just
getting
wanna know
there,
what the
man.
life expectancy of that would be.
Well, that's the thing about solid
That
state
battery.
batteries. There's no degrade, as I understand it, right?
Yeah, supposedly not supposed to degrade,
Yeah.
at least as far as I know.
Yeah. I want to know if
Yeah.
it actually can degrade though, because
Oh, everything does.
if they put it in a lab and under perfect circumstances, yeah, it might not degrade, but
Give it a few years, who
Yeah.
knows what's actually what happened.
Well, even
That's kinda like
plutonium
with-
degrades.
Well,
that's kind of like
that's-
with receivers. Hey, this receiver, this $30 receiver, could do like 3,000 watts of power. Yeah, in a test in a lab under perfect conditions,
Oh, right,
with
right,
one
right.
speaker hooked up to it at a fucking hertz that not a human can listen to. Dogs
Yeah, I guess-
can't even hear that shit.
So I guess the degradation will be a part of research and all that stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, I don't know. I also know that graphene's like exceptionally difficult to make.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you want to make like the stuff that it's based off of, like graphite, or if you want to synthesize that, apparently that takes forever. And if you want to do it on a large scale, I believe there's some kind of equation that just makes it like exponentially more difficult to do, or something like that. I don't know, but I just know it's expensive and hard.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, people have more time because they're at home right now.
Sitting there with their
Dope as
tape,
shit.
just sitting there with their little scotch tape on a piece of paper. Cool.
but yeah, it'll be pretty dope if we see that kind of battery tech in new phones.
Or lightsabers.
Yeah. I mean, don't even get me started.
That's what they said it would take. They said it would take a graphene battery to be able to power proper lightsabers.
I mean, I can go to Walmart and pick up a lightsaber.
That just takes a couple
For
triple
like
A's.
$15. Yeah.
What else do you need?
Exactly. Fuck the environment.
Next thing up that I have is Samsung selling their Galaxy Note 9. Older phone, but they're selling it on Amazon for $340. In case you're interested.
Hmm,
Not
It's
bad.
a
that's not bad at
little
all.
quick one in case you want to pick up a newer, older phone. Next thing up that I got also go with charging. There is a study by a group called, oh, excuse my pronunciation, Zanu Labs, which is owned by the good old Chinese tech giant Tencent.
Oh.
A group of researchers figured out a hack called bad power, which works in manipulating the firmware inside of your quick charge power adapters. So TLDR, what it does is that it rewrites the firmware in it and says, hey, instead of sending this amount of power, send a shit ton more. So your phone's getting a butt ton more power. So what happens? Your phone might eventually catch on fire.
Nice.
Good news is that it's only at this point can be done physically. So if you have physical access to the device itself, as of right now, there's no way to do it like over the air or through a wire or anything like that. But you know, stuff's happening, and of course, there's another exploit. So be careful of your battery adapters, I guess. Uh, Last thing up that I have is that looks like on NVIDIA's Ampere graphics cards, the 3000 series, they might have a 12-pin power connector.
Oh yeah, I read
So,
about that.
so you know, you're hoping you'd be able to plug in your standard 8-pin from your other really expensive graphics card. Well, you might have to get a new power supply because also they might be sucking a butt ton of power. Apparently, they can go up to 350 watts of power for just your video card.
Christ.
And if you were expecting that you'd be able to just use like two 12 pins or an 8 pin and you do that, nope. Apparently, the pinouts are also going to be different because they use thicker gauges of wire because they especially don't want you to do that. So it's going to be a time. But just to let you know that it's a rumor as far as we know, but it's been some really detailed blueprints from Tom's Hardware has come around. So I don't expect this to be far from the truth.
Yeah.
I
ouch.
wonder how many people are going to pop a new, like, I don't know, 3080 or 3070 in their computers and realize, oh, hey, I just fucking blew my power supply.
Yeah, I can't even. You're muted.
Yeah, and then just like mess with all the cables and shit.
Yeah, only to find
Yeah.
out, hey, this doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't power or blows up or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that I got for news. Nothing too crazy.
Well, Walker's not here. He left. So I read something interesting the other day about Watchdogs Legions.
Yeah?
So Watchdogs Legions, they showed off the PC build of it. And
Shit.
I think it was, I can't remember if it was in 4K or if it was in 1080. But they had it strapped to a machine that had a 2080 Ti in it. And it could not run at 30 frames per second.
Well,
It had a hard time running at 30 frames.
do you know what the processor was in it?
No idea.
Because I feel like in a game like that, you're simulating a lot of like people and you're streaming a lot of textures and graphics and all that sort of shit. So I feel it's also going to be CPU heavy, especially like simulation games. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but
Yeah. Or no, it hit
if
30 frames. It was like capped at 30 frames, and it
yeah,
kind of hit it.
you know, if they're like their test bench, their like perfect world machine is having, you know, struggling trying to do it, it's gonna be, it's gonna take a while for that game to get released. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Mark, did you hear about? Well, I know Walker's back, but did you hear about the 8K test for Death Stranding?
I haven't. No.
No.
So you can run the. I forget what company it was.
Actually,
I can't remember if
I
it was
think
PC
I might
Gamers.
have.
or Tom's Hardware. I forget who it was, but they got Death Stranding running in 8K with ultra settings, and it barely hit 30 frames per second. With a Titan.
Wow.
Graphics
That's
card.
awesome.
That's ridiculous. But hey,
That's insane.
you know, it's one of the few games out there that supports 8K.
That's true.
So if you got a nice new fancy like $4,000 8K monitor or a $6,000 8K TV and a $2,500 graphics card on your computer, hey, you might be able to play Death Stranding at a reasonable frame rate. Walker, we were waiting for you. It's time for you to
sorry.
go with your
My bad.
news.
Okay.
No, you're good.
So I'll save the big piece for last, but Dead by Daylight cross-platform is coming. So if you want to play, as well as cross progression across all consoles and platforms.
Nice.
So if you want to be able to pick up your game from one console to the other and can keep on playing, now you can. Don't really get the concept of like especially a game like Dead by Daylight. Why do you need cross progression? Unless you want
Levels,
Freddy.
characters,
Freddy Krueger from.
Pyramid Head on your other games and your other systems.
Yeah, I guess. But
I'm still
So,
salty
yeah.
about that.
you can now play it across every platform, including the Google Stadia.
That game is pretty fun.
Yeah, I think we all try to play, but it's only like 3 of us, so it was kind of like, eh.
I think
We
it's
all did
only
it.
a 4
I remember
or
having a
5-person game.
It's a 5-person
Oh, is it?
game, and I
Survivors.
definitely remember having a fun time playing it with you chaps.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but we only played it like once or twice, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the time we played it, but I know, and like a couple times we tried to play it, it was only like 2 people, and it was kind of like, eh.
Still laugh my
Yeah.
ass off every time I play
so-
that game, to be honest with you.
So spoilers. So Naughty Dog has just released that The Last of Us Part 2, the original ending, was going to be much, much darker than it currently was. The currently ending they picked because
no.
it's truer to Ellie's character. But initially it was supposed to be way more grim.
Sure.
So I haven't played it, so obviously I don't know the ending. But if you have played it and you know the ending, just know the ending was supposed to be way more grim than it currently is.
Who knows when I'm gonna get back to The Last of Us 2?
Oh, you haven't beat it yet? I thought you did.
No.
Oh,
No,
I thought you
Ghost of
did.
Tsushima.
I got you.
See, Last of Us 2 is a game I really enjoy, but I don't have like any motivation to go play.
I got you.
Yeah.
Especially now that Ghost is out.
Square has released a new company. It is called their Action Game brand. They just announced it today that the company, Balin Company, will be their action game brand. They will specifically feature the games that are considered action games, and the grand opening presentation will be coming soon. If you go to their website, it's a curtain with a top hat saying "coming soon." They have not launched or released exactly what this company will be doing, but it is rumored they will play a significant role in the new Final Fantasy, as well as Marvel's Avengers.
Probably not Final Fantasy. They will not. If anything, they might work on some assets, but that is going to be solely in-house Square Japan working on it. They would never, again, trust another company, even if they own that company, with.
It's still
Final
Square,
Fantasy.
but they're taking the action games and making it a
Yeah.
sub company. It's all Square.
Yeah,
They're just
but still, they
they're
wouldn't do that
establishing
with
new
Final
studios.
Fantasy.
Oh,
They
okay.
wouldn't do that with Final Fantasy. Hell no. Never. They tried that with CyberConnect 2 with Final Fantasy VII Remake. And you know what happened? They scrapped the entire project
That's true.
and redid it.
So it is unknown as to what exactly they will be doing, but we should be finding out here soon. A couple other things. Skip the Twitch Prime because right now you can get there's gonna be 12 games for the month of June and July for Twitch Prime, but they were all shit. So it's like, yeah,
What games?
I closed that. I have to go back and look. I'll do it here in a
it's
second.
all good.
They're
Microsoft.
free.
James kind of touched on the xCloud. We will have more details as well as a potential set-in-stone name this August. They will be doing a conference outside of the one coming this week, specifically for xCloud. So we will know more about it as well as an official name, as they may, because it's right now it's Project xCloud is what it is. It's not said if it'll officially just be called xCloud or it'll be called something else. Good old Phil Spencer has been tweeting a lot about this upcoming conference, and he has tweeted and teased some big changes to the Halo Infinite structure. He has obviously not said what they are, but they will be revealed this Thursday.
Battle Royale.
Yeah,
Loot
fucking
boxes. Premium Fortnite ninja skins.
You
Yeah,
wanted
maybe.
to play as Keanu Reeves? Here you go.
Speaking of more Microsoft news, good old Sea of Thieves has hit 15 million players as of this morning.
That's 'cause we
This
started
morning they
playing
have
again.
hit 15 million players. It is the last month was their biggest month in history, with adding over 3 million concurrent players.
Wow, so everyone that has an Xbox has played Steam.
What it was also added to Steam at the beginning of the month.
It's a joke.
Oh no, I didn't hear. You broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said every person that owns an Xbox plays Sea of Thieves.
Oh, play Sea of Thieves. I gotcha. So yeah, they in January they celebrated 10 million, and by giving everyone a free rare skin, as well as special cosmetics,
Rare
they have
skin.
not. Huh?
Rare skin. Bad jokes.
Nah, I got you.
Released a new Banjo game already, you fucks.
It is unsaid what will be coming out with, if they will do anything for the 15 million anniversary. It is rumored that they will most likely do some kind of cosmetic or some kind of update that allows you to get a free content. So,
But, I mean, jokes aside, that's great on them.
Yeah,
Great on
100%.
them.
Speaking of adding players, good old No Man's Sky has
Yeah.
gained 1 million
yeah.
players since being added to the Xbox Game Pass.
I played that the other day. I had
Oh,
no
didn't they-
ambitions to really play it.
Didn't they put out an update this week?
Dude, they've been making
Yeah,
big
Desolation.
moves in that game.
Yeah, the horror one.
What? A horror one?
Yeah, it looks like Dead Space.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a lot creepier. Supposed to be like more of like a horror experience.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
I'll
over
have to look it
30 times the amount of players are playing it now than when it relaunched, is what they're saying. And 1 million people are currently playing the game since it was released on Xbox Game Pass.
Good on them.
So
That's
I
awesome.
loved No Man's Sky when that came out.
that's a big turnaround.
Good old Sean
Phil's-
Ray.
Phil Spencer, ending with Microsoft, has also confirmed that the first-party exclusives will be cross-platform within the next 3 years. He said that cross-platform, they want to be the leaders in cross-platform games throughout the industry. They want to be known for their games and be able to share them with every person in the world, regardless of what console or system they are playing on.
That's how it should be.
And so he said he doesn't know if other companies will follow suit, basically taking a stab at Sony without actually saying Sony
Well, and Nintendo.
and Nintendo. Yeah,
Well, Nintendo never will. Nintendo's
Yeah.
way too old school Japanesey, and I can't see their stuff doing well on other systems.
so it is unknown whether or not that if he will, if the other companies will follow suit. But he said all their games that are exclusive, which would be like Sea of Thieves, Forza, he said will be all cross-platform within the next 3 years.
Good.
A couple other things for those who have played or have been wanting to play, Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley's so good.
The 1.5 update has been added, and it is adding significant new pieces to the end game content that'll make the game more in depth, as well as change the narrative. Stardew Valley
God,
has sold over
can't-
10 million copies as of January 2020.
You can't tell me this now. Just like that Stranding.
Mark, let's play
We're
some.
never
let's play
gonna
some,
see him
Stardew.
again.
Oh, it's
Play
been a
some
while.
Stardew sometime.
So yeah, they
What do you want to play it on? PS4, Vita, PC? I got it on all those. Fucking go.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you've been wanting some more content, and here it is. It's coming out. There's no release date as to when it will be coming out. Just they said keep an eye out, and it'll be out soon. Assassin's Creed. So you ever want to catch up on all the games? Well, now you can. Currently, you can do a build your bundle through Fanatical,
Yeah, I was
and
just
you
looking
can
at
get
that.
3 Assassin's Creed games for $10 or 5 Assassin's Creed games for $15.
Nice.
The games include Black Flag #2, the Deluxe Edition, Freedom Cry, Brotherhood, Rogue, Revelations, the Director's Cut of Assassin's Creed 1, and then Chronicles. So if you want to catch up on the storyline, except for the 2 new ones, you can. $15. That's pretty cool. Little Fortnite news. So,
Yeah.
did you ever check your bank account and all of a sudden
I
you're
read
like,
about
Oh,
this.
I've heard this.
where'd all my money go?
Where
As a
did
parent-
$1,000 go?
Where did all of my money go?
So as a parent, it's something you have to hardcore watch. Like one day my son somehow bought $450 worth of Amazon coins. No fucking idea what Amazon coins are, but he bought them. We have a Fire Stick, and I checked my bank account, and I got an email saying, yeah, thanks for your purchase, $450 worth of Amazon coins.
Oh.
I called Amazon, and the lady was like, I don't even know what Amazon coins are. I was like, obviously it's something game related because he bought them inside of a game. So luckily I got refunded.
Jeez.
Wasn't as bad as this child when their parents checked their savings account and they were missing $19,870. The child made in over 17 days $20,000 in donations to Fortnite streamers.
Oh my heavens to Betsy.
Yeah, they checked their bank account and
Someone's
realized there
grounded.
was individual transactions equaling $20,000 all to Fortnite streamers on Twitch.
Somebody got grounded
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
for a little while.
The teenager was
Jeez.
supposedly given the credit card to buy school supplies, but then he began transferring money from his mother's account, somehow knowing her password, logging in, and basically draining their funds in their savings account. First off, kudos to them for having $20,000 in the savings account, and then, yeah, she somehow got a hold of the CEO of Twitch as well through Amazon's legal team, as well as the streamers who are paid the money.